Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Not really good news as far as the world goes, and I'm not putting this out to dump on Senator Dianne Feinstein, but this is news nonetheless, and it needs to get out because it could affect policy one way or another that is being talked about in Congress right now. So Dianne Feinstein, 88 years old, she is the mother of the assault weapon ban, the Clinton assault weapon ban. That was her, and she's pushed several times since then to reinstitute one, luckily to no avail. However, when another Democrat member in Congress met with her very recently to discuss policy like this same congressperson had many times over the last 15 years, it was much different this time. According to this congressperson, who is not being named, as far as I can see, they're being quoted, but they haven't been named, Dianne Feinstein's not with it. She doesn't have her faculties anymore. The person had to reintroduce themselves to Dianne Feinstein several times over this several-hour conversation, and Senator Feinstein never really jumped into discussions of the policy. In fact, just was stuck with small talk, kind of like we see with Joe Biden. And this congressperson has actually brought this to the attention of Congress, the leadership, because it's apparent she can't do her job. And not just that, it's apparent that she is struggling as a human being and probably needs some help. Now here's some stuff from an article in the San Francisco Chronicle, which I'll have linked below. But this episode was so unnerving that the lawmaker who spoke to the Chronicle on condition that they not be identified because of the sensitivity of the topic began raising concerns with colleagues to see if some kind of intervention to persuade Feinstein to retire was possible. Feinstein's term runs through the end of 2024. The conversation occurs several weeks before the death of her husband in February, so apparently she's been going downhill, and that's not healthy. The lawmaker said, "I have worked with her for a long time, and long enough to know what she was like just a few years ago. Always in command, always in charge, on top of the details. Basically couldn't resist a conversation where she was driving some bill or some idea. All of that is gone. She was an intellectual and political force not that long ago, and that's why my encounter with her was so jarring, because there was just no trace of that." And it gets worse. According to the Chronicle, 4 U.S. senators, including 3 Democrats, as well as 3 former Feinstein staffers and the California Democratic member of Congress, told the Chronicle in recent interviews that her memory is rapidly deteriorating. They say it appears she can no longer fulfill her job duties without her staff doing much of the work required to represent the nearly 40 million people of California. Now, if you were like me and you watched the confirmation hearings of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, Feinstein seemed semi with it. She didn't seem as sharp as she usually was, but according to colleagues, they said that the memory lapses do not appear to be constant and that some days she is nearly as sharp as she used to be. During the March confirmation hearing for soon-to-be Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, Feinstein appeared composed as she read pertinent questions, though she repeated comments to Jackson about the judge's composure in the face of tough questioning. But some close to her said that on her most difficult days, she does not seem to fully recognize even long-term colleagues. So there's more in this article. Like I said, I'm not here to bash on Senator Feinstein. We have an obvious difference when it comes to political views, but the human in her needs some help, needs some attention, whether it's medical, cognitive, or whatever. And I think that should be the primary attention for everybody around her, Congress members or not. And the sad part is they might not want her to retire. They might try to have her last throughout her term because her position equals power, and that's all they want right now. If they lose a seat in a special election, it could drastically change the makeup of the Senate. Just one person. Remember, it's a 50-50 tie right now, which is sad, which is very sad. I don't even want to think that they would do a weekend at Bernie's type deal and have her there without her faculties, kind of like they're doing with Biden and Pelosi, although Pelosi still is she's just a little sharp, but she's still out there. It's just sad to see, and that's why term limits are so important. I think we should have them. People shouldn't be in Congress until they literally die or start to decay and fade away. It's terrible. This is sad. Let me know what you think down below, and It's just sad. Even though she is one of the top anti-gunners in the Senate, my heart goes out to her. Guys and gals, until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, and your community safe. Take care of your family, y'all. Take care.